In the previous tutorial, we created a simple AI agent from scratch, but we cannot use this agent in production because this is not in production standard. I just try to make you understand how an AI agent works behind the scene. So we cannot use this agent in production. Now let's see how we can build a much more reliable version of the same agent using LangChain. First, we are importing create agent method from LangChain. Then we are importing tool decorator from LangChain core. And we already knew why we need these two modules. Chat OpenAI is to interact with OpenAI models and human message is to prepare input for the agent. Then as usual, first we are initializing our large language model. Here we are using GPT-5 mini model, which is one of the flagship model of OpenAI. Then here we are defining our get time tool. While defining tool, we have to follow two important rules. The first rule is we have to add this tool decorator. This tool decorator converts a plain Python function into a LangChain tool that our LangChain agent can use. And the second important rule is we have to provide a proper docstring for each and every tool. These docstrings will be passed to the agent along with the system prompt so that the agents can see all the available tools and it can understand when to use which tool. So it is very important to have a proper docstring for each and every tool. Then here we are initializing our agent using this create agent method. If you see, this method takes many parameters and we will learn all the important parameters as we move on. But to create an agent, we need these three components. A model that acts as a brain and a system prompt that tells the agent how to behave and a list of tools our agent can use. So these are the three minimum components which we need to create an agent. So that's it. Now let's run this cell and our agent is ready now. Also see how many lines of code we need to write to create an agent. It is very less compared to what we have here, right? So that is the benefit of using LangChain. It does all the heavy lifting for us. Now let's see how to interact with our agent. To interact with the agent, we have to first prepare the input. The input should be a dictionary with this messages key, and here the value can be either list of messages or list of dictionaries with role and content. This is how the input should be. And to call the agent, we can use either this invoke method or a invoke method. Invoke is a synchronous method and a invoke is an asynchronous method. In production, we have to use this asynchronous method. Now, whenever we call this invoke method, this is what exactly happens. First, it combines the system prompt, tool docstring and user input and passes them to the large language model. And based on the provided details, the large language model decides what to do, whether to call a tool or to provide the final response. If it decides to call a tool, the corresponding tool will be automatically called. And after receiving the tool output, the LLM will be called again with the tool output. This process will be continued inside a for loop until the model gathers enough information to answer the user question. At the end, the LLM will analyze the tool output and provide the final response to the user. This is what happens inside this invoke method. In fact, this is the exact logic which we used here to create this simple AI agent. Now we have understood what happens inside this invoke method. Now let's call the agent and see what response we are getting from the agent. We are going to ask what is the current date and time. Let's see what response we are getting back from the agent. As we can see here, the agent is calling get time tool to answer our question, and we have got the response as well. If you look at the agent's final response and the input, they look similar to each other. Here the only difference is the agent's final response contains the complete conversation history. Now let's have a closer look at the history to understand what happened. First we have human message, which is the user input. Next we have a message, which is nothing but the agent's response or agent's decision. But if you notice here, we don't have anything in the content. That is because the agent is trying to call a tool. But how do we identify that? To identify that, we have a dedicated key. If you move a little bit right side, you can see this key, finish reason, which is tool call. This indicates that the agent is trying to call a tool, but which tool it is trying to call. To understand that, we need to move a little further. Here you can see tool calls. Here we have list of tool calls. Right now, the agent is trying to call this get time tool with these arguments. Actually, this doesn't take any parameters. That is why here it is empty. Next, we have tool message, which is nothing but the output of this get time tool. At the end, again, we have a message. This is the final response from the agent. But how do we know whether this is the final response from the agent, or again the agent is trying to call another tool? To understand that, again, we have to look at the finish reason. If you look at the finish reason, it is stop, which indicates that we have got the final response from the agent. So this is how we have to understand the chat history. So what happened here? We asked the agent what is the current date and time. To answer this question, first the agent called get time tool. Next, the output of get time tool was passed back to the agent, and after looking at the tool output, the agent came up with the final response. So this is what exactly happened, and this is what we discussed here as well, right? So now we will always be interested in the agent's final response. So let's fetch the agent's final response, which is the last message in the history. So remember, the agent's final response will be at the end of the chat history. So it will be the last message of the chat history. Okay, so here you can see we have fetched the last message from the chat history, and to fetch this text content, we have to use this content key. Otherwise, you can convert this into a proper dictionary using this model dump method, and you can use it however you want. Okay, because right now this is a regular dictionary. So this is how we can build an AI agent using LangChain.